Once you've exited the trailer, you're going to want to lower the canvas door down, making sure that that stays inside the camper. Then removing the canvas from each side of the door. Raise the steps up. And that locks in behind with 2 blue tabs, and then you will use the key provided to pull the seal nice and tight. Now, making your way around the outside of the trailer, you want to push all loose canvas inside. On your rear bed, you will have press studs on the rear wall of the trailer that will need to be removed. Make sure that you remove them individually. Don't just grab the canvas and give them one big pull. Individually remove each press stud. And then underneath here, there is a zip. Undo the zip, and this flap of canvas will just go over the top. Same on the other side. You've got press studs against the rear wall. Followed by a zip along the side. And this canvas will go on top. Finally, once you know that no one's going to be on the rear bed anymore inside the trailer, remove the support bars. So that's done nice and easily by taking the pressure off with one hand and then grabbing the bar. As you can see now, that rear bed is going to move freely. Coming around to the other side of the trailer, tuck all of the loose canvas in, undo the Velcro that goes around the gas struts if you have done that up, and undo the 2 Velcro tabs each side. I like to Velcro them together up the top. It seems to hold the canvas up out of the way. So there's one of them on each corner of the trailer. And just put that little tag inside. Now we're ready to close the beds. Now we get to close the bed. So you're going to close the rear queen size bed first. So pressing on the bottom right button of the remote control, holding that down, you'll hear the power start going to the actuator, and then the bed will start to close. Once it gets about halfway, so it's in the vertical position, I like to stop. At this point, I like to have a look inside the trailer, make sure that nothing's getting caught, mainly the hoop pole that we lowered from the rear bed, as well as we'll give all of the canvas a pull down onto this front bed, including the tropical fly. Now we'll lower the rear bed a bit more. Once we're up to this point, we want to push the canvas down on the inside of the trailer. So we want the canvas to come along the front bed, down the cupboards inside the front, and then along the lounge inside. So that's just done by pushing down inside. You'll also notice I pushed the canvas away from the actuator on this side here. So I'll just go over the other side and double check over here. Same thing, pushing the canvas in, making sure that it goes flat along that front bed, down the cupboards at the front, and then along the lounge inside. Now we can lower the bed even more. So as we're lowering it, we just want to stop just before the bed's all the way down. You want to double check each side that you've got all of your canvas tucked in, nice and freely. And then lower it until the actuator stops, which will be about there. So that's now going to, as you can see, that's nice and loose. That's then going to use the front bed to lower the bed in. Remove this strap. As you can see, the gas struts are already doing their job. I do at this point here like to close the front bed support as well. It stops you from forgetting to do it. Now clicking the close button on the front bed. stop about there. And at this point, lower the rear bed in here a little bit and pull this canvas down flat. So now all of those poles have now landed on that rear bed, and it's now lowered it a bit more. Now we can continue. Once we get about there, we'll stop. As you can see, your PVC is now hanging through the front. That's what stops the drafts coming through at night under the front bed. So each side will just give that a bit of a tuck in. And now we can continue. The ease of the remote control allows me to walk around as the bed's closing. And I'm just tucking both sides in. As it gets near the end, slow it down, make sure that there's no canvas coming through. Now, give the bed a little bit of a pull down. I latch the clip on, but I don't pull it down all the way. I will do both sides that way. That then allows me a bit of an air gap so I can get my fingers in there and give it a final tuck. Once I'm happy with where it's all sitting, you can do your latches up. So there's 2 of them on each side. And finally, turn the power off to your master isolator. Now that you've turned the power off, starting from one corner of the trailer, go round, close all the doors. If you wish, lock the doors. All the doors are locked and closed. Final thing to do is to raise your stabiliser legs. So using the winder provided, raise them all the way, supporting the main body with one hand to pull the blue lever out, and then lock it back in position upright. Give it a bit of a shake, make sure it's not going to fall down.
There goes a side,